In this video, I'm going to show you the steps that I take to create a repeating continuous pattern. So I'm going to start by duplicating my original drawing. And this was a little pineapple image that I created for pajamas in a tropical theme. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate these layers, and I'm going to duplicate them 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll just do it a fifth time just in case. And I'll uncheck those, and I'm just going to be working on this layer. So the first thing to think about when creating a repeating pattern is that you need to select everything that you've got on this page. And the way to do that is to press this icon here. But what Procreate does is it'll only select the parts that are colored. So you can see it's kind of left off that edge. And what you want to do is you want to be able to select the whole canvas. So this is a square canvas, and the way that I'm going to select the whole canvas is I'm just going to put a little bit of color in each corner, and I'll show you what happens when I do that and how I move it. So I'm just going to color these 4 little corners, and then I'm going to adjust my canvas to use the drawing guide, and I select drawing guide here, and then I select edit drawing guide. And what happens here is you can adjust your grid, and I'm going to make this grid as large as possible so that I get 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants, and I'll press done. So the very first thing, as I said, is I'm going to select that. I'm going to make sure that I have my snapping tool on, which is this one. So I have my magnetics and my snapping on, and then I'm going to move this drawing. I'm just going to slide it over until I see those yellow stripes there lock on both sides. So it's got a lock on the horizontal and the vertical line, and then I unselect it. So that's my first quadrant filled. I'm going to uncheck that and move to the next one and repeat the process. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color these corners so that when I select this image, the whole canvas is selected. And then I'm going to slide it over, and I'm going to stop when I see both the horizontal and the vertical line lit up as gold. And then I'm going to just check and see what happens, and there it is. So that's the first half of my pattern separator happened, but I mustn't forget to delete the markings, and I'll just do that now on both those layers. So that's a nice clean impression. And then I'm just going to uncheck those two, and I'm going to move to the third layer, check that one, go through that same process where I color the corners so that when I select the object, I select the whole canvas. And now I'm going to slide over to the top right quadrant and stop when I have my horizontal and my vertical lines lit up in gold, and I can just check and make sure that that's all there. So you can see what I've been doing. I've been separating that pineapple illustration into 4 parts, and I won't forget to delete that little blob. And I'll uncheck those, and I'll move to my final drawing, which is this one here, and I'll do the same with that and mark the 4 corners and select those. And then I'm going to slide it down to the bottom right quadrant and stop when the horizontal and the vertical lines light up in gold. So now I'll just rub out that little center mark there. And when I switch on the other parts, I should be able to see how I've separated the original drawing into the 4 quadrants and kind of put them out those outer corners. So the next video that I'm going to show you is when I put this into another document to enable the repeating pattern to occur. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to group those together. I don't need that drawing in that layer anymore. I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to uncheck my background color. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how I copy this and move it to a clean canvas to do the rest of the work.